Before I tell you what we did, you need to understand something. I wasn't some lazy student trying to coast by. I had already paid my dues. Years earlier, I had gone to college overseas. I was one class away from finishing my degree. One single class. Then I got sick. Not miss a week sick. Not push through it sick. The kind of sick that dismantles your life in slow motion. I had to move back to the mainland. As I spent years dealing with health issues, doctor visits, medications, trying to piece together some kind of normalcy. Eventually, I clawed my way back. I enrolled in a local college, and that's when the second injustice hit. They wouldn't credit half my previous classes. They wouldn't let me test out of everything. And the one class one needed to graduate. They didn't even offer it. So instead, they stuck me in something called advanced keyboarding. Advanced keyboarding. I had already tested out of most classes. But this one? No escape. Fine. I figured it would be easy. Annoying, but easy. I had no idea it would turn into a battlefield. The professor, and I use that term generously, didn't even have the right degree to teach. She was disorganized, unprepared, chronically late. Her emails looked like they'd been typed by someone angrily smashing keys with oven mitts. On misspellings, grammar errors, sentences that wandered off and never came back. The class was supposed to be online. That's why I signed up. Because driving into town meant navigating long stretches of poorly paved roads that felt like off-roading in a sedan, but she couldn't figure out how to make the online system work. So instead of fixing it, she forced everyone to come in person. Every week for a typing class, and here's the best part. She never actually taught anything. No lectures. No demonstrations. No structured learning. She uploaded assignments and then paid another student to grade them. That's it. The only consistent thing about the class was incompetence. In addition to official assignments, there was practice work, supposedly non-graded. We type passages word for word, and the program would score our speed and accuracy automatically. I did all of it, every single one. Not because I cared about advanced keyboarding, but because I was there to finish my degree. I wasn't playing games. My younger brother was in the same college at the time. He looked at the practice work and said, "This is busy work," and honestly, he wasn't wrong. Since it wasn't graded, he started typing random nonsense into the practice sections, stuff like, "Bob Zagat could kick your ass." Just chaotic filler. Because the computer graded it. Not her. And she never checked. It. Or so we thought. 3 days before the semester ended. 3 days before finals. And email hit everyone's inbox. All caps in places it. Shouldn't be misspellings everywhere. It was unhinged. She had just now decided to review the non-graded practice assignments, and she was furious. She accused students of being unprofessional. She said it was offensive that some people typed gibberish. Then came the bombshell. The practice work was now graded. And we had 2 days to print every single assignment and physically submit it, or we would fail. My stomach dropped. I had done everything. Every assignment. Every practice. But now, because she was angry, I had to drive into town. Wait for access to shared printers. Hope there was paper. Hope the printer wasn't jammed. And the paper refills? Locked away. Students couldn't access them. Only she could. So there we were, a room full of stressed students. Some had jobs to rush to. Some had kids waiting at home. Some hadn't done the practice work at all. The printer ran out of paper. Again. And again. And again. Each time we had to wait for her to slowly shuffle in with more. It took hours. Hours of my time wasted too. Print work she could already see digitally. I remember standing by the printer, jaw tight, listening to the mechanical whirring. This isn't about grades. I thought. This is about control. She was punishing everyone because she felt disrespected. Group punishment. The kind that makes you feel like you're back in elementary school. I told her calmly that it felt unfair. She brushed it off. Didn't care. A few days later, I had to use the same classroom for another class. And That's when I noticed something. There were no passwords on the system. None. Anyone sitting at any computer could access any student's assignment. Folder. View it. Edit it. Delete it. Copy it. It was a disaster waiting to happen. And a thought formed. Slowly. Quietly. I turned to my brother. Want to see something interesting? While she stepped out of the room, which she did frequently, I showed him. I clicked into my folder, opened my completed assignments. Exited. Opened his. Then another. Students, all accessible. All editable. I didn't change anything. I just demonstrated. Then I left. I went next door to grab a grilled chicken sandwich at Sonic. While I was gone, my brother made a decision. He copied every single one of my completed practice assignments and pasted them into his own folder. Then he checked other students' folders. If someone hadn't completed the work, he pasted mine into theirs too. Every single one by one, a digital domino effect. Students started panicking. I didn't do the practice work. My brother calmly said, just go to your assignments and hit print. But I didn't. Trust me. And they did. They printed stacks and stacks of completed assignments. Identical formatting, identical content. Tons of ink. Tons of paper. The next day, I sat in the classroom. Quiet. Watching. She was flipping through stacks of paper. Her face slowly changing. Confusion. Suspicion. Then fury. How? She muttered loudly. Did all of you suddenly complete everything? She couldn't prove anything. She wasn't going to read them. She just wanted to see them printed. And there they were, perfectly printed. She had tried to weaponize busy work. Instead, she exposed her own incompetence. If she had set up even basic security, it wouldn't have happened. If she hadn't waited until the last second, it wouldn't have happened. If she hadn't tried to punish everyone, it wouldn't have happened. She created the problem. We just exploited it. Watching her meltdown wasn't explosive. It wasn't dramatic shouting. It was better. It was quiet chaos. She shuffled through stacks of identical pages. She frowned. She rechecked folders, clicked through screens. Nothing made sense. Students who hadn't typed a single practice word had full submissions. She couldn't accuse anyone because the system showed the files were their. Printed. Submitted. Exactly as required. And the look on her face, it wasn't anger anymore. It was helplessness. For once, she didn't have control, and I felt something I hadn't felt all semester. Relief. Not triumph, not cruelty. Relief. The punishment she tried to impose neutralized. Everyone passed, and she never figured out how it happened. Was it ethical? Probably not. But neither is rewriting the rules 3 days before finals. Sometimes revenge isn't about destruction. It's about restoring balance. And that day, balance was restored. If this story made you smile even a little, hit that like button. Comment below. What would you have done in that situation? And of course, subscribe for more stories where karma doesn't just knock, it kicks the door down. See you in the next one.